Hey YouTube, just quick update. Haven't been on here in a while. Everything's doing good. I added a fish a couple days ago. I added two fish. I added a Royal Grama because I lost one a long time ago, and I added a azure damsel and a half top damsel, or half top. Everybody's in now, and everything was doing pretty good except for the aggression. But the aggression stopped, and everybody seems to be getting along, which kind of worries me. Hopefully the fish are healthy and they don't come down with some kind of brook or something. Typically they're more active, the fish. But I've been feeding more since I added the fish, just to keep them full. My system, I'm sure, can handle it. It's been active for a long time. You can see right now that coral and algae really took off. With those fish, I added some more rock and a small pipe back there, some additional hiding places, a little bit more rock right there. I had some chunks of reef rock in a box in my garage. So I have the two clowns. They've gotten really fat, a male and a female. I've got the Watchman goby still going. I lost all my corals, by the way, except for some polyps and some xenia and whatnot. I had a big outbreak of these aptasia, but the rock is clear of the aptasia because I bought some nudibranchs off a guy online in Palm Beach, Florida. I can get you the name of that, maybe in another video or in the link. And I hadn't seen any of these nudibranchs until recently, and now I'm starting to see them everywhere. But supposedly they're gonna die off. Problem I see with that is I don't think they're getting to the ones that are in the gravel that well. So maybe they might clear everything off the rock, but then I'll still have them in my tank, and they'll starve. The nudibranchs will starve, and then I'll have another outbreak. But these nudibranchs, if you can keep them alive and keep feeding them aptasia, they really do work, because my rocks were getting coated, and within a month or two, they've totally wiped a lot of them out. Other than that, there's a azure damsel I added, there's a lawnmower plenty. All the fish want to live in this hole. It's kind of strange how like 3 or 4 fish can live in here. The Royal Grama lives in here actually. He was getting beat up a few days ago, but he seems okay now. There he is. You can see his tail. He's small. I probably bought, it's too small of one. You can see his tail's kind of chewed up. That damsel is on his ass. And the clowns too, but they've pretty much left him alone. It doesn't look too good, but we'll see what happens. He's been eating, but I'm afraid I may have let some ick in my tank. I normally quarantine, but I don't have the setup for that right now anymore, and I didn't feel like dealing with it all, so I just took a gamble that I never said I would do again, but I did. So over the next couple of days, we will know if my 3 fish that I added, they were small fish, so it's not adding a lot of load to the system. There's the other one there. He came out as soon as the camera went away. This guy here, it's pretty cool. I never really saw too many of those around. I thought it was kind of interesting. It's pretty unique. Here's the firefish is out. The azure damsel, we all know what that is, but I had to have a blue swimmer, a blue swimming fish in the tank, and that's the only thing I could think of that was pretty inexpensive and very durable. I didn't want to put a tang in here. The cardinal's huge. You don't mess around. He's the boss of the tank pretty much. At night especially. You gotta watch these guys. These cardinals, they say they're peaceful, but at night, that's when they feed and that's when they harass everybody. I have a stupid molly in the back of the sump, because the molly doesn't have a big brain, I guess, so he just basically keeps swimming around next to the Watchman goby here and gets his tail bit every time. So he gets his tail bit until he's practically has no tail. And then I figured then he started getting beat up by everybody once he started getting weak. Look at the glass. There's a nudibranch on the glass. I think it's a nudibranch, a baby one. This is a small one. Let me see if I can figure out where it is on. There he is, right there. Let's see if I can get the focus. There's a nudibranch on the glass. That's the ones I bought, but that's a very, 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 very small one. Unless it's a copod of some sort. I didn't look underneath the microscope. I can't tell, it's too small. Anyways, I got some bubble algae going, and it hasn't really spread over the past month or so. So I am, actually looks like damn coralline algae is growing on the bubble algae, which is kind of weird now that I look at it closely. I bought 3, see here some more here. I bought 3 crabs, emerald crabs, to try to combat that. I haven't seen any of them eat it. My lawnmower Blunny doesn't eat it. So it's gonna be a matter of me hoping it doesn't spread or try to find something else that'll eat it. Just here and there. You can see the little pustules of green. I hate that shit, it's so nasty. Last time I was battling diatoms. There's the blue azure damsel. He was very aggressive the first few days. Now he's very shy, so I don't know what's going on. And he comes out and he's actually very healthy looking. Doesn't have any spot. His colors aren't muted, so maybe he's just chill. He's got his hole. He's made his battles, and he's good to go. That'll be a great thing. And the Molly in the back, 2 clowns, the Watchman Goby, the lawnmower, the pajama cardinal, the firefish, and the half top. I think it's halfback or whatever they call it. Some peppermint shrimp and royal grama. It's all those fish in here you can never even see them. They're all hiding, camera shy. But here's an overview of the tank, just to get you guys a quick update. It's not doing bad. My water's good. I can put corals in here if I want. I just want to do something more with stabilizing the temperature, with maybe a temperature controller to be a little more accurate on temperature. So when the lights come on, there's no big adjustment of temperature, not even like a degree or 2. So that, and I want to do more research on how I should put my lights, how long before I do corals again. I mean, the corals were growing crazy off the rack. Then when I put them in the rocks, they were still doing well. Then all of a sudden, all these polyps started peeling off of them. And some of them came out of, some of the hard, large polyp corals came out of their shell, and they were floating around the tank like an anemone. Those were like the frog spawn I had, I guess it was, or a torch coral, my Duncan corals. I couldn't believe it. I was growing heads like crazy. Then all of a sudden, everything started dying. It was kind of sad, thinking I was going to be like this coral master that you see on YouTube. End up being a disaster. So that's about it, guys. I ain't got much going on here. Just a quick update. Still enjoying the hobby, like always. I enjoy watching the fish, especially when it's feeding time. And that's about it. Have a good day.